Give me the next few minutes and I guarantee that you will learn something that will dramatically increase your sales and your profit. After helping clients generate 122 million in reported revenue, I've essentially found the exact path for online businesses to grow with consistency, predictability, and most importantly, profitability. Over that time, I've found 3 ways to increase your sales, and any one of these will have a huge impact on your business's growth, but combine all 3 and you'll be unstoppable. But before we get into that, if you're new here, my name's John. I'm a husband, father, and founder of both AdClients.com and AdCon, the UK's #1 marketing event for online entrepreneurs. And over the last 10 years, I've built multiple service-based businesses that have generated over 35 million for myself and 122 reported for my clients without hustling 24/7, sacrificing my personal life, or having to stop doing the things that I love. And now I help other people do the same. The first thing is understanding how we think about and approach driving traffic online right now, present moment. We are well past the time where you could just run a simple ad, provide no value, and just point it to a sales vehicle and hope that you make some sales. That's long gone. There's a new model that's replaced it. And the model that works right now is understanding that there are multiple different types of traffic and we need to combine the strategies to get maximum output. So let me share with you what these 3 things are. The first is buy it traffic. That's what I just alluded to there. It's where you'll go out on another platform like Facebook or Instagram or YouTube or LinkedIn, and we are going to go with our credit card in hand and say, please give me some traffic. And it's instant and it's quick and we can start running these ads. That's buy it traffic. The second, however, is build it traffic. This is where we go onto a social platform and we endeavor to build an audience that is long lasting. It's slower, it's not as quick as paid traffic where we can just buy it and we're in. It's going to take some time, but it's high value. It's exactly what I'm doing right now. I am building an audience on YouTube right here where I'm providing valuable content. My subscriber count is going up. I'm generating views and I'm creating goodwill within that audience. And the third one is borrow it traffic. This is where we go and find other people, other businesses that have the audience that we want and we get in front of them. This might be finding people that run events live in person and you're endeavoring to get on that stage and get in front of that audience. Maybe it's a virtual event, maybe it's a webinar, maybe it's a podcast. Someone has the audience you want, they have done the work to build it or buy it, and now you're getting in front of them. Now there's a couple of really important things you need to understand. You've got your business in the middle. You've got your products and services that you are trying to sell. We don't want to just rely on build it traffic. It is scalable, yes, but it's also very versatile. You can have an ad account shut down at any moment, and if you're heavily reliant on this, your business will go down. We don't just want to rely on build it. Yes, it's great in the long term, but it takes a little while to get the wheels moving and get momentum. And if you're only relying on that, it's going to be too slow. And finally, we don't just want to rely on borrow it, because these opportunities are great when they come about, but they're less predictable and is often off the back of a relationship that you've been working on building for quite some time. So the game plan is that we want to have all 3 of these within the business. You want to be thinking every month, every week, every day, what activities am I doing today to get these 3 things driving and moving so that I can make more sales in the business. So they're all independently helping and supporting your business, but they are also, and it's really important to understand, working together. They are supporting each other. If you have these 3 things working, they all get better results. For example, the more paid traffic you run, you're going to get some spillover of people that then go and find your social platforms and check you out over there. Also, the more you build your audience, when someone sees a paid ad and they want to check you out and they see that you've got a decent presence from a social standpoint, they're more likely to buy through the funnel they just saw. You will be able to land more borrow it opportunities if people are seeing you routinely popping up on their newsfeed and creating great content. They all support each other to create this incredible attention grabbing, traffic generating ecosystem. So that's the first of the 3 things I want to share with you today. And if you do this, you will find that you'll generate more traffic for your business and it will be higher quality traffic. Now we're going to move on to the other 2 things, but if you want the full model, this was one of the steps inside of my momentum framework. This is the exact plan, the map for you to launch and scale an online business. We've got the foundations needed. We've got the attention, which is of course buy it, build it and borrow it. And then we've got the different marketing strategies, the sales strategies and the nurture and delivery to make sure you have a world-class business that can earn 6 and even 7 figures. If you want this, it's my free gift to you. Just click the link in the description box, tell me where to send it, get it straight over to you. The second thing that we're going to talk about in today's video is this right here. It's the marketing. Where do we send traffic once we have it? We're buying it, great. We're building it, great. We're borrowing it. How do we maximize the sales from the traffic that we're generating? We're going to send all of this traffic into what I call a conversion vehicle, which is made up of 2 parts, the marketing and the sales. We'll get to the sales in a moment. First, let's talk marketing. We need to make sure that we're making our sales job so much easier by doing more of the heavy lifting at the marketing level. People get this part wrong. You've got to think about this. If you've got a prospect over here and they're at a 0 and we're trying to get them to a 10, and a 10 out of 10 is where they give you their money, and over here there is absolutely no chance they're giving you money, somewhere along that scale, marketing is passing over to sales because you're getting that person's attention some way, shape or form. That's marketing. Then marketing continues through a sales funnel, or what I call a conversion vehicle. And we're indoctrinating them, maybe providing more value, and at some point we offer them the chance to book a call with us to maybe speak about our high ticket coaching or program or service or whatever the case may be. Where you pass that off makes all the difference. If you are light on marketing, then you're going to have to go heavy on sales. And when you speak to someone on the phone, you're trying to get them from a 2 to a 10. We can't escape the fact that we have to get a prospect from 0 to 10. We can't shorten it to 5. It's going to be a 10. So the question becomes, are we going to go lighter on marketing and make it heavier on sales? Or are we going to go heavier on marketing and make it lighter on sales? Well, the recommendation I'm putting to you today is let's go heavier on marketing, because marketing can be automated. We can do so much more of the heavy lifting at the marketing level so that at the time we invite someone to speak to us on the phone, they're almost sold. We've got to now get them from an 8 to a 10, far easier, better conversations, more enjoyable. So now that we know that, let's come back to our conversion vehicle, and we need to decide what is the right marketing vehicle to be heavy on marketing and light on sales. Well, it's quite simple, and this is top tip number 2 that is going to help you to produce so much more sales and be more profitable in your business, and it is a webinar. I have yet to find something that is more powerful, more effective, more profitable at getting someone from an icy cold prospect to a hot, ready to buy customer. VSLs, there are issues there. Challenge funnels, there are issues there. Virtual events, they're great if you can get them working, but they're a lot of work. There are issues there. A simple webinar is the ability to have a presentation that is a one-time short 40-minute presentation that does and says all the right things all the way along to turn someone who's never heard of you before into not just a fan, but someone who trusts you and someone who is ready to have a sales conversation with their credit card in hand if you would just say the right things on the phone to get them over the line. And by the way, I do have an incredible client resource that breaks down exactly how to create these presentations from A to Z. It's called the High Ticket Webinar Framework. It's right here. It's very long, but it's very valuable. If you want a copy of this and for me to literally tell you exactly what to say and do to turn these icy cold prospects into red hot, ready to buy customers and clients, then just let me know below. There's a link in the description box. Tell me where to send it. We'll get it straight over to you. So point 1, we're buying it, building it and borrowing it. Point 2, we need a conversion vehicle that is going to do the heavy lifting. That is a webinar. Point 3, how do we then close the deal and do it the easiest possible with the best process and script? Well, the first thing I want to say is forget learning sales from these sales trainers here on YouTube. They are teaching you outdated, manipulative, really strong and sometimes aggressive sales tactics that I just don't think work in the real world outside of being a used car salesman that no one wants to speak to and avoids like the plague. We need a strategy where we can have good conversations with some structure that keeps us in position and has the prospect enjoying the call, you enjoying the call, and converts really well. Sounds like a dream scenario, right? Well, it is actually possible, and it's with a framework that I created, which is a 2-part call script, and it's called the push and the pull. And here's how it works. Most people that teach sales teach a 1-call approach, meaning a prospect books a call with you, you have a chat with them, and the goal is that you get a yes out of them by the end, and they give you their credit card information. The problem with this is it doesn't leave any space for thinking about it, which is the biggest objection that comes up. When they ask to think about it, you're now pushing back and not letting them off the phone, and you're learning all these corny, sleazy one-liners to try to have them circle back and stay on the phone with you. And it just starts to get to a point where you're speaking to someone who clearly is done talking to you and you're just trying to loop them back in. It's pointless, it feels weird, it doesn't work. So the process that I developed puts the power back in our hands. We're essentially going to be booking follow-ups anyway, because if we're trying to close on the first call, you're probably not going to be able to. You're going to end up using every trick in the book and then having to book a follow-up. So now you're having two conversations regardless. So why don't we change the process and put us in control? And so we do this by not selling them on call number one. There is not going to be an offer made at the end of that conversation. In fact, you go so far as to make it clear that this first call is a chance to get to know each other, see if you're a good fit, see if what we've got would be of help to you, and we'll both have a chance to go away and think about it. Now, what ends up happening with that is that their guard comes down. They're so used to being on sales calls where someone's going to try to push them over the line that now hearing that is very refreshing, and they're more likely to be open, share what's really going on for them, and it's going to build buyer demand when they hear about the type of stuff you've got, and they're going to want it even more knowing that they're not allowed to buy it yet. So what ends up happening, if you do call number one correctly, and we've got scripts and all sorts of stuff that we give our clients, so you just word for word, you say the right things, that at the end of that first conversation, they're almost begging to join your program. And the fact that you are, based on the name, pushing them away, we're saying, hey, sounds good, I'm just not sure yet whether I would like you as a client. I need to go away and think about it. We've completely flipped it. And now it's this age-old idea that you want what you can't have. They're not allowed your program, so now they want it all the more. And you invite them, knowing that that's how they feel, to go away and have a think about it, just as you're having a think about it, knowing full well they're only going to think about the fact that they want it even more, and you book a follow-up. So then you have call number two, and it's on that call where you do indeed make the offer, and they are far more likely to take the offer on that second conversation than if you were to force it down their throat on the first call. You'll get higher conversions overall. The sales process will feel better. We have tripled our sales conversion by doing it this way. It's incredibly powerful. I have used what I've taught you here today on a number of different businesses, and when these three things are combined to generate more high quality traffic that goes through the right conversion vehicle and using the push and the pull script, we on average get a 300% lift on our sales volume and our profit that follows. So hopefully you found this stuff helpful. If you'd like to go deeper on one of these aspects, which is the push and the pull, I've got another video where I literally break down the entire framework for how these two calls work so that you can do it in your own business. It's a great training. It's right here. Go check it out, and I'll see you in a future video.